What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another live stream from the Scalar Learning channel. And today we are continuing now full steam ahead until this August SAT with SAT Math Prep. So welcome back. And we are continuing. Yesterday I did the no calculator section of this March 2018 SAT. So this is in a official SAT. So it's the real deal and give you a really nice feel for what this is all about and what this is like. Of course, there are those official ones that are available for practice, and you can get those for free on Khan Academy. So anyways, for those of you who are here, thank you so much for joining. And I know you are committed and working hard on your own and really taking this prep seriously. So I commend you on that. And secondly, if you are new to these streams and you haven't seen them before, I'm taking the test for the first time in real time. Which means I'm timing myself and you're really seeing an authentic test-taking experience, which means what you see me do here, you can adopt those same strategies like they really work, and you're going to see me do them, again, in those timed settings. Since I'll be fully in the mix and sort of in the zone as I'm taking this test, I won't be able to answer questions on the fly, but I do post your questions in the comments section. I see some of you guys did ask me different things, and I'm always here, but I'm not working. Well, Isaac, you are here, and that is working. So, but anyways, leave those questions in the comment section. I'll do my best to answer them at the end. But I'm on a little bit of a tight schedule today after it ends, but I will try. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, let's get that timer going. So I got the calculator queued up, as this is the calculator section. Here is the timer. I love taking these SATs. I like taking them a lot more than the ACT sections because I think we break it up so the time doesn't feel as overwhelming. I really like the no calculator section, though. That's my favorite. It's like a short little burst. But the calculator section isn't so bad as well. I like it. Here we go. We're going to start in 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. Okay, which of the following is equivalent to the expression above? So we're going to FOIL. Boom, boom. Oops, let's make that a little less thick. And then boom, boom. So that is 6x squared plus 9x plus 6, 2 times 2x is 4x plus 6. That becomes 13x. So 6x squared plus 13x plus 6. Boom, done. Next, number 2, the function f is defined above. What is the value of f of negative 2? That's plug and chug. So it's 2 times negative 2 minus 11, negative 4 minus 11, negative 15. Boom, done. Function notation. Number 3, number of flights arrivals at Centerville Airport in a month. Based on the table above, what fraction of the flights for airline A were delayed? What fraction of the flights for airline A, meaning we're only limited to this amount? So it's 861 out of 2890. So you got to watch that wording. What fraction of the flights for airline A were delayed? It's right there. Hold on, let me just think about it for a second. Yeah. Numero 4, a political scientist wants to predict how residents of New Jersey will react to a new bill proposed in the state Senate. Which of the following study design is most likely to provide reliable results? Okay. Residents, sorry, I don't know if you heard that. Residents of New Jersey will react. Okay. Mailing a questionnaire to each of 200 randomly selected residents of New Jersey. I mean, that seems okay. Surveying a group of 300 randomly selected New Jersey residents. That seems better because it's both random, which is good. Interviewing a group of students randomly. Nope, because now we're biasing towards students. Surveying a group of 1,500. No, not U.S. residents. So we want to know in New Jersey. So it's one of these two. And I think that, look, my thought is this is slightly better because we're actually going out and surveying, and that means they have to answer more or less. I mean, like you're getting the responses. Mailing, they don't know. We don't know if they'll mail back the survey, and also it's a larger number. So I'll say B is marginally better than A. Okay, number 5. If the ratio of 0.52x is equivalent 0.5 I'll turn it into fractions equivalent to 1.5 to 2.25. What is x? Cross multiply. 1.5x equals half of that is 1.125, right? And then we divide by 1.5. I'll use my calculator for this. 1.125. Oops. 1.5 is 0.75. and then I'll plug it in. So 0.5 to 0.75. That's a, by the way, that's a 2 to 3 ratio. If I multiply this by 4 and that by 4, it's a 2 to 3 ratio. And we get the same thing here. If I divide by 0.75, I get 2 to 3. You see what I'm saying? So I've just verified that A is indeed correct. I always like to check if and when possible. Okay, based on the equation above, what's the value of 2ax minus 1? So let's divide everything by 4. Watch how nifty this is. Everything divided by 4. That becomes 2ax minus 1 equals 6. Lo and behold, 2ax minus 1 equals 6. Boom, done. 7, P equals 2,000, X, P equals 500. Website administrators considering using one of the two models above total amount of purchases made X weeks after the website's campaign begins. How many more purchases are predicted by the exponential model than the linear model 5 weeks after? And that's X. So plug it in. 5 times 2,000 for the linear is 10,000. That one is 2 to the 5th. 500 times 2 to the 5th is 32. Not that you need to know that because you can plug it in, but just for fun. 6,000 more. How many more purchases? There you go. Done. Numero 8 through 10. All right. The Conowingo Reservoir had an original storage capacity of 300 acre feet at the end of 1928, the year in which it was built. Starting in 1929, the sediment carried downstream by the cycle collected in the reservoir began reducing the reservoir storage capacity to approximately 1,700 per acre. Acre feet per year. So this year it would be 1,700 less. I should say negative 1,700. Which is fine. Graph could be the reservoir's capacity C in acres feet as a function of time. So first of all, this is linear, and it's going down. So it's this guy. It didn't say by a percentage or something. It says going down by 1,700 every year. So that makes sense. What was the approximate storage capacity at the end of 1993? Okay, so 1993. So that would be... So 1993 minus 28, right? 1928. 5, 6. So that's 65 years times 1,700. And then 300,000 minus that answer is 189,500. All right, nice. And numero 10. If the reservoir capacity T years after 1928 was between 290 and 292. Okay. Okay, let's turn this into a function here. So 300,000. So the capacity is 300,000 minus 1,700 T. And T is number of years after 1928. And C is between, let's just call it 291. Oh, wait, no. Let's do this. I got a better idea. Let's say this function is less than 292,000 and greater than 290. And then we subtract 300,000 from both sides. That is negative 10,000. Right? I'm subtracting that from both sides. And then subtracted from that side is less than negative 8,000. And then I divide both sides by... okay, whatever. These are going to come out as decimals. And then I got to flip these inequalities so I'm dividing by negative. So it's T is greater than, what's 8? And the negatives cancel out. 8,000 divided by 1,700. T is greater than 4.7. And T is less than 5.88. That's this one. It's between 4 and 6 years. Let's double check that. So in 4 years, we're dropping 6,800. In 6 years, we're dropping 10,200. And if we're starting at 300,000, yeah, that's in the zone, right? That gets us in between there. So I believe that's right. All right, cool. A little bit of a strange question because the numbers aren't so nice. Total fat and dietary cholesterol sandwiches. Scatter plot above shows relationship between the amount of dietary cholesterol in milligrams and the amount of total fat in grams. And so we see that as the cholesterol goes up, so does the fat, at least by the line of best fit. Not, the line of best fit predicts the amount of total fat a sandwich has based on the amount of dietary cholesterol. How many grams of total fat are in the sandwich for which this prediction is most accurate? Boom, it's this guy because the dot is right on the scatter plot. So, and then how many grams of total fat? 60. Just reading the scatter plot. Which is volume is the solution to the equation here? Okay, let's isolate the square root first. So 14 minus x equals, subtract 2 from both sides. Then we're going to square both sides because I got to get rid of that radical. Boom, boom. Don't forget, we're going to check for extraneous solutions on this one. And then this becomes, we FOIL it out. It's not x squared plus 4. FOIL it out, x squared minus 2x, which is minus 4x, right? Imagine it's x minus 2 times x minus 2, and then negative 2 times negative 2 plus 4. Now let's get everything equal to 0. So I'm going to add x to both sides. So that becomes minus 3x, right? Negative 4x plus x is negative 3x. And then subtract 14 from both sides. That becomes negative 10, right? And then we have 0 equals factor. What multiplies to negative 10 and adds to negative 3? That's negative 5 and positive 2. So I factored. So my two solutions are 5 and negative 2. One is definitely not a solution. So those answer choices are out. Now, you might just think, oh, it's, well, look, it can't even be both of them, right? The only option is 3. That's we don't even have to do anything. But that being said, oh, I totally crossed off the wrong things there. Oh my God, that was close. Okay, so anything with 2 in it is out. That one's out. My bad. Okay, now we gotta check to see if one of these are extraneous. I'm betting the 5 is probably okay, but let's try it anyway. So we do square root of 14 minus 5 plus 2 equals 5. That's 9. Square root of 9 is 3 plus 2 equals 5. That checks out. So 5 is good. So that's out. Now the question is 1. So I'll plug negative 2 in. So we do, negative 2 is not going to work because this is going to be 14 minus negative 2, which is square root of 16 plus 2, which is 4 plus 2, does not equal negative 2, right? Because on that side, x is negative 2. Let me see if there's any way around. Yeah, that's it. And I know you might say, oh, well, square root of 16 can also be negative 4 plus 2, then it's equal. Yeah, but in these questions, when we're checking for extraneous, we don't look at the negative value of the square root, only the positive, okay? So in this case, 3 is the answer, and we're done. Number 13, fragrance oil price. The graph shows the price that a chemical company charges for an order of fragrance oil depending on the weight of the order. Hold on. Chemical company charges for an order of fragrance depending on the weight. So as the weight goes up, the price goes up, price. And then here, for some reason, it gets, maybe they offer a discount. Hey, you're getting order over 100 pounds. I always like to look at the graph. I don't just read that and look at the choices and then try and interpret the graph. I want to get my head wrapped around the graph. Great. Based on the graph, which the following must be true. The company charges more per pound for orders great. No, that it's the opposite. They charge less per pound. You see that? Because then now it's only going up whatever. Basically, you're getting a discount, which makes sense. The company charges less per pound for orders greater than 100 pounds than for orders. Yeah. 1,000. This is wrong. This makes no sense unless this was in tens of pounds, but it's not. Unless I misread something. No. So it's got to be B. Let me just make sure one sec. The company charges less per pound. Yeah. It's basically, here, look, the slope is shallower, so it's charging less per pound, and that's it. 14. What is the value of x plus 8? Subtract x from both sides, and we get x plus 3 equals -4 minus 3x equals -7, but they want -7 plus 8, which is 1. Boom, done. 15, a group of 10 students. Wait, let me just make sure I didn't mess up. X plus 8. Yeah. A group of 10 students played a certain game. Every player received a score equal to an integer from 1 to 10 inclusive. For 10 players, the mean score was 4. If more than half of the players received a score greater than 5, which of the following is true about the mean score of the remaining players? Hold on, let me think about it for a second. It has to be less than 4. I mean, it has to be, right? Because if we're talking about, if these guys are scoring up here, let's just pretend it's 6, 6, 6, I don't know, 6. So then we'd have, these guys would be 24. Oh, no, sorry, more than half. Let's just say there's 5 6s, so they got 30, right? And if the mean score is, so then that's 5 6s is 30. To get a mean score of 4, it'd have to add up to 40, which would be 10. So then this mean of these 5 players would have to be 2. You see what I'm saying? Because, so it has to be less than 2, less than 4. It's a weird problem because it's abstract. Like, I know intuitively that's got to be it, but I just want to think it through to make sure I'm not missing something. But you get what I'm saying? Like, how could it be equal to 4? More than half the players received a score greater than 5. That means they're up here. Now, we know we got to level out to 40. You have to. You know? And so we know these guys have to be on the other side of the 4, right? 5 or greater. Did it say greater than 5? Yeah, so 6 and up. So these guys have to be less than 4. 4 and 5 wouldn't make sense. No. Okay. 16, halfway point. The figure above represents or halfway of the multiple choice. The figure represents a rectangular painting with a frame that's 2 inches wide, like that, and this is also probably 2 inches here and here. The expression blank represents the area of the frame because it's x squared, x times 2x, 2x squared minus, these guys, x minus 4 times 2x minus 4, sure. What does the quantity this guy in the expression represent? So this represents the area, because what is this? So it's this here is the 2x minus 2, which is 4. This here represents x minus 4 because it's removing this and this. So it's this length times this length, which is the area of the picture. No, it's the area of the inner rectangle. That's it. The function f is defined above. If the function g is defined by this plus this, what is the value of g of 3? Okay, so g of x is x times x plus 5 plus 5. And then they want g of 3. This is g of x, right? That's what it says there. Just take f of x and add 5. Then plug in 3. So it's 3 times 3 plus 5 plus 5. That's 8. 24 plus 5 is 29. Boom, done. 18. A sample of 600 ninth graders was selected at random and asked how much time they spent on homework. They spent on homework each day. Of the ninth graders selected, 220 spend less than 2 hours. Oh, it's all ninth graders. 220, approximately 1.35 million ninth graders spend less than 2 hours on homework each day. Okay, got it. It's close to the population millions of ninth graders. So it would be 220 out of 600 times the total number of sixth graders, right? That fraction out of the 600 sampled would equal 1.35 million. And then to solve, we just, multiply by the reciprocal. 22 over 60, by the way, is 11 over 30. So we'd multiply both sides by the reciprocal of that. Okay, so it's 30 over 11 times 1.35 equals 3.68 million. Perfect. It's right there. Numero 19. X1, Y1, and solutions was the values of X1, X2. Okay. I'm going to remember this now. Oh, no, it's not the sum. Never mind. Everybody always tells me when they say the sum of the quadratics, I always forget negative b over a, but it's not asking that. So first of all, we want to know the solutions, a.k.a. where they intersect. So they substitute in for y. Y equals negative 2, so negative 2 plus 11 equals x squared. X squared, oops, that's a sloppy 2, equals 9. And square root, x equals plus or minus 3. What are the values of x1 and x2? What? Is it that easy? I think so. It's strange. I'm a little suspicious because now we're getting into the higher numbers and those ones are usually harder, but it's all good. We're going to roll with it. The energy pyramid below shows 4 trophic levels in the ecosystem and the direction of energy transfer. Okay. Primary producers, primary consumers, secondary consumers. Okay. On average, 10% of the net energy of the trophic level is transferred to the next trophic level. Based on the energy pyramid, if primary producers have 5,000, approximately how much of this energy is transferred to the secondary consumers here? Okay, so in calories they want. Okay, so first of all, let's just do it in joules. So 5,000, and then 10% is transferred, so 10% of that is 500. And then 10% of that is transferred, so 50. So 50 joules. And we know that 4.18 joules to 1 calorie equals X amount of, 50 joules. We don't need the J, but it's okay. Equals X calories. Now I got a proportion. Let's cross multiply and get rid of the units now. We've got 50 equals 4.18x divided by 4.18. Get 11.96. Make sure I didn't. So 5,000 joules, yeah. So 10. Just make sure I didn't misunderstand that. Yeah. All right, I think I got it. Yeah. All right, 21. Which of the following is equivalent to the expression above for all x greater than 0, where a and b are positive integers? Okay, so they're converting this into rational form. So this is really x to the b over a, because the root is the denominator, the power is the numerator. Oh, simple as that. Boom, done. 22. The graph above models the speed s of an automobile during the first 5 minutes of travel. Time t. What is the total distance traveled from t1 to t4? Speed s. Hold on. I have to think about this for a second. What? Oh, from T1 to T4, because I was like, how do we do this? Okay, here, it's this distance. So this is 1 to 3 minutes it traveled and going half a mile per minute. So 0.5, 0.5, 0.5. So 1.5 miles. That's it. 23. In the figure above, sine of 90 minus x equals 12 over 13. This is 90 minus x, right? Because if that's x, these guys are complementary, especially if that's 90. So sine of 90 minus x is opposite over hypotenuse. That's the 12 over 13. This is also a Pythagorean triple of 5, 12, 13. What is the sine of x? Sine of x is opposite over hypotenuse, 5/13. Done. '24. The equation above can be used to approximate the speed in meters per second of an object t seconds after being dropped into a free fall. Great. Which I find is the best interpretation for 9.8 in this context. Every second, the speed is increasing by 9.8 meters per second, right? Because when it's 1, it's 9.8. When it's 2, it's 19.6. So it goes up by that every time. Wrong. Increase in speed in meters per second. Yes, that's what we just said. Wrong. Wrong. That's definitely not initial, right? Okay. A magazine article on video game habits in the United States reported that in 2012, gamers spent an average of 5.6 hours per week playing video games. The article also reported the average for 2013 to be 6.3 hours. Based on the article, how did the average number of hours that gamers spent playing games per week change from? So it went up by 0.7. And to get that as a percentage, we put it over the original. So just do that in the calculator. I know it's 1/8, 12.5%. 0.7, but let's just do it anyways. 0.125, move it over twice, so it's 12.5. And it is an increase. Boom. To be 6.3 hours per week, yeah. 26, we're getting close to the free response, which is always good because the difficulty level will drop when we hit question 31. And the system of equations above A is a constant. What is the y value of the solution to these systems in terms of A? Hold on. Okay, so I'm going to use elimination, and I'm going to eliminate the x's. So I'm going to multiply the top one by 3. I'll show you why in a second. 15x plus 3y equals 3a. Bottom one will be negative 15x multiplied by 5 minus 10y equals 25. Okay. Add them together. Whoosh. I get negative 7y equals 25 plus 3a. Divide by negative 7. And we get y equals 25. 3a plus 25. It's a. All they did was they moved the negative to the top. They made it negative 25 minus 3a over positive 7, but it's that one. And if you get confused, like, we obviously got 3a, you know, and so none of these have 3a, despite the fact that they may be plus, so don't let that trip you up. The graph of the equation above in the xy planes of parabola, which is fine. So the equation includes the x and y coordinates of the vertex, aka which one is in vertex form? Not this one. Not this one. It's only this one. That is the only one in true vertex form. Now I'll prove it. Foil. So the vertex is at 3, negative 25. But just for fun, let's foil it. That becomes x squared minus 6x, right? Negative 3x, and then plus 9. These guys combine to negative 16. Boom. Same thing. All right. So know your vertex form and know your intercept form. 28 and 29 refer to the following information. We got a box and whisker plot. So you may or may not know what these are. They're not really tested that often on the SAT, but let's see what this is all about. For a particular office building with 1420 employees, Tia and Amir each conducted a survey about the average one-way commute times in minutes between the employee's home and office. Both Tia and Amir selected employees at random, mailed out surveys, and collected data from the return surveys. For both surveys, respondents were asked to report their average commute times to the nearest 5 minutes. Tia collected data from 150 employees, and Amir collected data from 85. The results from Tia's and Amir's are summarized below. So Tia is here. She had a range of 15 to 60. This middle line is the median, which is 35, and this is what's called the interquartile range. Now, I hope you don't need to know all that for this question. I'm just telling you. Let's see. And then Amir's survey results. So a lot of people answered 30 minutes. That looks like the mode. I don't know. Well, anyways, let's see. If T is the median commute time of the employees who responded to Tia's survey and A is the median of employees who responded to Amir's survey. What is the value of T minus A? So unfortunately, you do need to know how to read a box and whisker plot. So Tia's is 35, and that's just a bummer because they rarely test on these. So I'm not saying you need to. It's not that hard though. There's like 5 critical points: minimum, maximum, median, lower quartile, upper quartile. But it's just unfortunate. And then we have the median of this guy, which is the middle value, of course. So we have, how many people did he survey? 85. So nice, it's an odd number at least. And 85, the halfway point is 43. Now, how do I know that? I subtract 1, divide by 2, get 42, and then I add 1. And then that means I have 42 on this side and 42 on that side. So that's the 80. That's the 43rd term we need to find. Then I look at this, and I've got 10, 20, 31, 40, 58, 58. So, of course, 43 occurs here. So the median is 30 for him, for Amir. So 30 minus 35 is, of course, 5. Okay, next page is, unfortunately, we're going to have to flip back, which is the following box plots could represent Amir's survey data. So we know that his median is at 30, so that line's got to be at 30. And darn it, it is for every single one. That's not helpful. But see, if you didn't know that was the median, you could probably figure that out with this question, right? Because you probably could get Amir's median. So that's actually cool that they did that. The lowest value is 15. Highest value is 45. Lowest value is 15. That's out. Lowest value is 15. Highest value. All right. So that we can only eliminate those. Do we really have to do lower and upper quartile? I guess so. Now, this is kind of strange because normally you never have to do this. Hold on, let me see time-wise. And it's kind of time-intensive to do the lower quartile and upper quartile. Trying to see if I can think of a shortcut. Hold on. Is there any other way that we can do this? 1545, 1545, 1545. Okay, I don't know. So this is strange. We're just going to have to roll with it. So we've got 10, 10, 11. So basically we have to find the median of the lower half. So again, I have 42 values. So I have 10 15s, 10 20s, 11 25s, and then we said we're going to 42, right? So another 11 of 30s. So the median of these guys, so this is 42, so the median will occur in between 21 and 22, right? Because it's even, so there's 2 medians. So 21 and 22 both occur in 25, right? 10, 20, 21, whatever. So the median of the the median of the lower half is 25. So the lower thing should be at 25. That's at 20. That's at 20. And that's the winner, 25. Now I don't even need to check the other one, and I'm not going to because that would just, well, should we do it? Let's just do it. And then the upper quartile, again, would be, so I got 5 45s. Let's count backwards. 10 40s. I've got 12 35s. And then, again, we'll have 42. So 22, 27. So then 15 30s. So counting, so the middle of these would, again, be the 21st and 22nd values, which would, of course, be here in 35. Right? That's the full 27. So 21 and 22 have to occur in there. So 35. Boom. We nailed it. If you don't know box and whisker plots, if you don't know lower quartile and upper quartile, man, those are near impossible. But this is like the one test where I've seen both of those concepts tested right there in one question. I don't know. I wouldn't stress about it, but interesting. In the XY plane above, lines K and L are perpendicular, so they form a right angle. What's the X coordinate of point P? So So this is 4 because it's 4 out. This is 3 because it's 3 up, right? Which means that this value is 5 because it's a 3, 4, 5 right triangle. Hold on. And this is a means proportional triangle because we're dropping in altitude straight down. Oh, I can do this. You don't necessarily have to remember, if you remember this from geometry. Oh, no. How about this? They're proportional. So this goes over 4, up 3. Then this goes... I think I can do it like this. So I know that in a mean proportional triangle, 4x equals 3 squared. And again, this is not something you have to remember. It's a hard test. Divide by 4. So so this value here is 9/4, which is 2.25. So then this value out here is 4 plus that, which is 6.25. I'm trying to think if there's another way to do that. The other way to do that... Oh, yeah, of course. You can just use point slope. This is easier. Y minus 3 equals, this is slope of 3/4, so it's negative 4/3 because it's perpendicular, so negative reciprocal times x minus 4. And then we're trying to find the x value of the x-intercept, so then I plug in 0 for x and I'll solve for y. So y equals, that's 0, so negative 4/3 of that is positive 16/3. And then... Wait a minute. Something is amiss. Because then I add 3. And that's 9. What? Oh, sorry. Plugged in the wrong spot. I meant to plug in 0 for y. My bad. So that goes away. So then I have negative 3 equals negative 4/3 x. And then plus 16/3, and then minus 16/3, so it's negative 9/3 minus 16/3 is negative 25/3 equals negative 4/3 x, and then times 3/4, negatives cancel out, 3, and it's 25/4. This goes away. So that's 6.25. Okay. Might be a little easier to do it that way because you don't have to remember the means proportional thing. Okay, we made it to the free response, so now this should be easier for the next 4 questions. A museum built a scale model of an... Sorry, my hands are sweating. A museum built a scale model of an Apatosaurus dinosaur skeleton, where 1 centimeter in the model is equivalent... Okay. 1 centimeter in the model is equivalent to 16 centimeters in actual. The length of the femur bone of the actual skeleton is 184. What is the length and nearest tenth of the femur bone in the model? Boom, cross multiply. Divide by 16. 184 divided by 16 is 11.5 to the nearest tenth, so we're good. What is the length to the nearest of the femur bone in the model? And I mean, that makes sense, right? You know, that feels appropriate to me. It's a 16 kind of factor or multiplier. $32. How many cups, each with the capacity of 8 fluid ounces, can be filled with water from a cooler? How many cups? Each with the capacity of 8 fluid ounces that contains 10 gallons of water. So first, let's convert it to fluid ounces. So 10. Oh, let's do a proportion. 1 gallon to fluid ounces is 1 to 128 equals 10 gallons to unknown, cross multiply, and x equals 1280. And then we divide how many cups? We divide that by 8. I think that's it. And that feels right to me, I think. You know, if I think about a gallon, right, I guess that's saying that we would fill 16 cups with a gallon. Like, that feels kind of approximately appropriate. So, good. 32. 33. In triangle ABC, immediately draw a triangle. A measures 48, B measures 88, and C measures 44. Triangle ABC is similar to LMN, such that LM to AB, here, let's do it like this. Oh, and it looks like LM is bigger than AB. So I'll try and draw it like that, make it look right. Oh, it doesn't matter though, but anyways, so where A is, L is, because it goes A, B, C, L, M, N, so L, M, N. But they're saying, what is the measure of angle L? Since it matches to A, it's not like you triple the angles stay the same, so it's just 48 degrees. Similar triangles have the same angles, the side would be triple. Okay, 34. In the xy plane, the lines that correspond to the system equation above intersect at point A, B. So we have to find where they intersect. We have to basically solve and then put the x over the y, and that's it. What should we do? Should we substitute? I just don't like all those fractions, right? So I'm going to multiply the top one by 12. So 12 times 1/2 is 6y equals 12 times that is 19. 12 times 1/3 is 4. Yeah. And then the other one is 5y equals 3x. And then I'm going to choose elimination, my favorite. Multiply this by 4, multiply this by 3, because I'm shooting for the x's. So I have 18y equals 57. Sorry, I keep clearing my throat. I don't know what's going on. Minus 12x. And then this side I have 20y equals 12x. Combine, cancel. Those added up as 38y equals 57. Oh, this is a mess. And then we divide by 38. So y equals 57 over 38, which is my b value. And then if I plug it in here, equals 3x. That's 250, 285 over 38. And then multiply the side by 1/3 to get rid of that. 285 over 90, 114 equals A. God, it's horrible. Then it's A over B. So it's A divided by B, which is really A times the reciprocal of B. 285 times. Oh, look at that. 57 goes into that 5 times. So that's 1, and that's 5. That goes in 3 times. Wait a minute, what? This is so strange. 5, no, sorry. What? 38 goes into that 3 times, right? 3, 9. So 1. So the answer is 5/3. Wait. Oh, geez. So I get it now. I get it. I didn't have to do all that work. This was really silly because this equation tells me that x and y are proportionate and that the ratio of A over B, all we have to do is just get x over y. So I divide, watch this. If I divide both sides by 5, no, sorry. If I divide both sides by 3, and then I divide both sides by y to get the y over there, 5/3 equals x over y. We were done. That's why the numbers were so strange, because they wanted you to just recognize that and not do all this. That's what they were testing. But as you can see, you might say I fell for the trap, but it's still doable, right? It's just not the most convenient way to do it. But if you're careful, you'll still get it. What value of z satisfies the equation above? Okay, again, get rid of the fraction. So multiply everything by 8. No, wait. Yeah. So I have z equals 20z minus 21. Subtract 20z. Negative 19z equals negative 21. Divide by 19, negative 19. And z equals 21 over 19 positive. Hold on, is that right? 21 over 19. 105 over 30 minus 20. How do I figure this out? And then I'm just testing. Oh, I have a calculator. What am I doing? 105 over, I'm just plugging in my answer, minus 21 over 8. And now if this equals 20, can't be right. Hold on one second. So 2.5, that's 5 halves, equals, times 21 over 19 minus 21 divided by 8 does not equal 21 over 19. I think I made a mistake then. Hold on. Good thing I checked. Oh, I didn't multiply this side by 20. That's what I did. All right, back it up, back it up. Wow, that was good. So this becomes 20. Oh, no, I didn't multiply by 8. That's what it didn't, right? I multiplied everything by 8. There we go. Then I subtract 20z, and I get negative 12z equals negative 21. Kudos to those of you who saw that, because I thought that was just a big mixed number. So then it's positive, and then we reduce it by dividing by 3, so it's 7 over 4. Okay, so 7/4 on this side equals 35/8. So then the right side becomes 8 minus 21. 8 equals 14 eighths, which of course is 7/4. Boom, done. We did it. Okay, 36. A circle in the xy plane has a diameter with endpoints. Draw a circle always. -1, -3. Seven, 3. Goes like that. Center is in the middle, which we can find if I want. Actually, that's fine. It's the midpoint, right? 7 plus -1 is 6, divided by 2 is 3. 3 plus -3 is 0, divided by 0 is 0. So there's the midpoint. 3 comma, that looks like a 6. 3 comma 0. If the point 0b lies on the circle, 0b, that's in between here. And b is greater than 0, so it's cutting this way. It would be the top point. You see what I'm saying? Because it's this down here presumably is negative because it's below that -3. What's the value of b? Do we need to plug in? I'm trying to think of a fast way to do it. So no, I think we have to create the formula for the circle. I think this is one of the hardest, one of the hardest math calculator sections I've seen. So x minus 3 squared plus, this is the circle formula you should know, y minus 0, right? Squared equals, what's the radius? So the radius is, we go up 3, 0 to 3, over 4, 3 to 7. That's great because it's a 3, 4, 5. So boom, the radius is 5. And on this side, we have the radius squared. Amazing. So now I have this minus that. Okay, and then we know that 0b is here. So now I just need to plug in 0 for x and solve for y. So then that becomes -3 squared, which is 9, plus, we already know that's y squared equals 25. Subtract 9 from both sides. Y squared equals 16. Square root. Y equals plus or minus 4. But of course, they want the positive value, as we always do. Positive 4. No negatives in the free response. 2 questions left. 7.5 minutes. And given how hard this test has been, you never know, man. I might need all all these 7.5 minutes. A rowing team entered a 2,000 meter race. Okay. Oh, got it. So we did it. Broke it up into 400 segments. See, I'm always looking at the table before I even start because I want to understand it. So this is the split time of the first leg. They're tied. Second leg, right? Sorry. Oh, no, this is the total. No, not tied. Sorry. This is the split time, and this is the total times. Then I'm adding these, and that's that. Then I'm adding all 3 of these, and that's that. Adding all 4 of these, and that's that. There's a race based on team split times is shown. Split time is the time, yeah. During the 4th split time of the race in this guy, actually the 4th split time is right here. The team rode at a rate of 28 strokes per minute. To the nearest whole number, how many strokes did it take the team to complete the final? Okay, got it. 28 strokes per minute. I'm trying to think about this. And so that's for, no, I got it. I get what we're doing here. So let's say 28 strokes per 60 seconds. So this is strokes. This is seconds. Equals, they did 108 seconds in that 4th time. How many strokes was that? And then we can figure out, we can take that total time and multiply it by the strokes per second. So check it out. We did cross multiply. Oh, no, I don't even need to do that. Wait, never mind. 28 strokes per second. Let's just divide 28 by 60. So they did 0.466 whatever, about half a stroke a second. And how many strokes did it take the team? And then I multiply that times 108. Actually, this would have been it. Sorry. Whatever. Times 108. 50.4 to the nearest whole number. So 50. But then let's cross multiply this one just for fun. So it becomes 28 times 108 equals 60x. And then divide by 60. All right, boom. Double validated. So 50 strokes. That makes sense, right? Okay, last question. We got, oh my God, 4.5 minutes. Okay. By the end of the season, the coach wants the team to reduce its mean split time by 10% as compared to the race. What should the team's mean split time be in seconds? So the mean split time, so we do 109. Sorry. No, we don't even need to do that. We do 440 divided by 4 because we already have the total is 110. And he wants to reduce it by 10%. So be careful. I know you might be thinking, oh, the answer is 100. It's not, because if we want to reduce it by 10%, we multiply it by 0.9 or 90%, which is going to be 99. Yeah. Okay. I think we got all the tricks and traps, and woo, that was not an easy one. So I think we saw the no calculator was not as bad, but this one was really bad. So let's stop the timer, and I got the answers queued up. Let's see how we did. Okay. CACBA. Numero 6. BAABC. BAABC. 11. DCBCA. DCB. CA, good. 15, so far so good. First half of the multiple choice. C, D, C, D, A. C, D, C, D, A. Amazing. All right, 21. C, B, 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 D. C, B, 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 D. Yeah. And 26. AACBD. C. Come on, baby. B and D. Multiple choice is a go. Amazing. Okay. 31 is 11.5. Amazing. 160. 48. 5/3. 7/4. What? Oh, 7/4. There we go. I was looking at the wrong thing. Woo. 450. For the win. 99. Boom. I'm proud of myself. That was not an easy test at all. And it was good. All right. Let's see how we did. Who's asking questions? Okay, what is happening here? Oh man, there's so many questions. You guys are chatting. Oh, amazing, Wayne. So happy to hear that. Wayne, yo. This dude spamming. How many times are you going to post that message? But yeah, I'm glad to hear that you improved. But seriously. That's 400. Okay. Okay. All right. Kevin, I'm going to get you 34. 34 was a terrible, horrible problem. But here's the shortcut. This question right here is telling you if you want A over B, which I missed at first, okay, you only have to look at this second equation and realize that you can get like every X, like that's not just that solution, A over B. A over B is always going to be the same thing based on the second equation because they're directly proportionate. That was the trick they want you to catch. I just didn't catch it. So the shortcut here is literally get X over Y, aka isolate X like I did here. Isolate X over Y and you get 5/3, and it's as simple as that. Okay. I'll do 36 and then I'm out. 36, we had to use the formula of a circle. That's it. So if you know the formula of a circle, it's not so bad. It's x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. Okay. These are the center coordinates. Okay, which I calculated. I started calculating. I didn't even know if I'd need them, but I was just like, hey, why not? Let's just do it for fun. So it was 3, 0. So 3 went in there. And 0 went in there. That's how I got this. The radius I calculated, I didn't even use the distance formula, but I could have. I could have used it between this and this, right? Center to the edge. But I noticed that it was going up 3 and over 4, which I thought could be the case. They like to use Pythagorean triples a lot on this. So really, it's a 3, 4, 5 triangle, aka the radius is 5. So that's this part here. Then they said, what is the value of b if you plug 0 in for x? Boom. And that's it. Yeah, that's a hard question, Mohammed, to answer. Oh, so I did 35 wrong, Akash? Yet I got the right answer? I don't know. That doesn't make sense. You're welcome to leave in the comments another way that you want to do it, but yeah, sure. I mean, what are you saying? I could have subtracted 5/2 z and then whatever, multiply both sides by negative 2/3. But I just don't like dealing with fractions. So on these questions, I feel like it opens it up to more mistakes. But yeah, you can do it different ways. If that's what you're saying, I don't even know what you're saying. Exactly. All right, guys. Listen, if you haven't done so yet and you like the video, please click that like button. And if you want to see more from the Scalar Learning channel, make sure to click subscribe. I'm going to be doing a lot of these leading up to the August SAT with the hardcore week-long session that week before cram session. We're going to get you guys ready. And despite the crisis, all you guys who want to prepare and want to study, I'm going to help you. I'm going to be there every step of the way. Part 3 is coming out this weekend. Hopefully, fingers crossed, almost done with those slides. That is it, my friends. Thank you so much for joining, and I will see you in the next video.